If you are using the PG library incorrectly, your node application could be vulnerable to SQL injection attacks, allowing users to drop all of your tables and just wreak havoc on your database. To demonstrate an SQL injection, what I have right here is a simple query that selects everything from a table called AppUser. This AppUser table is populated with these entries right here. So we can see there's 5 of them. And if we run this file, we'll just log out the rows R, which are the rows returned from this query. And if we look in the console, here they are. So we have all the rows right here. But now let's make this application susceptible to SQL injection. And what we'll do is drop this whole AppUser table. And the way we just do this is, let me comment out this line and uncomment this one, which now just uses string interpolation. So we're saying select all from AppUser where name equals, and then we just place in the query and just pretend this is user input, for example. And for the name, they type in something like this, which is or true, and then drop table AppUser. Let's see what happens if we run this. So let me save this. Now we get the rows are undefined. And this is because we've just used SQL injection to drop the entire AppUser table. Now say I uncomment this and re-comment this. If we try to select from the table AppUser, we'll get an error saying that the relation AppUser does not exist because someone just maliciously made this query to drop our entire table. So if you are using this PG library, make sure that you are not writing your queries like this, because that will leave you open to SQL attacks, and it's pretty easy to take advantage of these. Instead, what you should be doing with the PG library is using parameterized queries. And let me give you an example of what those are right here. So comment out both these, and below here, this right here is a parameterized query. And essentially, the way parameterized queries work is the query and text values are sent separately to the Postgres server as opposed to being interpolated as a single query. So here we have our select all from AppUser where name equals, then we have a $1, which will be the first entry in this argument, which is an array. And now if we provide this query, though still our AppUser table doesn't exist, so I'll have to recreate that real quick. So now when we run this, even if we use this malicious query, we get the rows are and an empty row. So this wasn't actually executed, and it's because there's no user with this name. It'll treat this as a name as opposed to part of the query. If you like content like this, check out my courses in the description. Also my Chrome extension called WittCode, also in the description. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you next one. Take care.